It's Central Valley Business. I am your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is Jeff Whitworth with J&J Quality Apps.
Correct.
Let's watch this little video we got, and then we'll talk to Jeff when we come back.
My wife, Jennifer Whitworth, we co-founded the company a little over a year ago. How we got started in app development was I am in a rock band, okay? And a few years back, about 3 years ago, I just made one for fun for the band. And I thought this would be a neat little thing to see how it works. And it just showed some of the events that we were doing, some of the shows, had some of our music on there, just basic stuff. And we did a few radio spots, played a few shows, and the thing blew up. And people just gave us tremendous feedback from it. And I thought, wow, this is amazing because a band essentially is a business, and the music is a product. And I've always had a business mind, and I've got that from my father because he was a successful entrepreneur early on in my lifetime. So I thought, you know what, I've always wanted to start my own business, and I thought, let's just give it a try. She was kind of in a desperate situation with her job. She wasn't getting enough time with the kids, working 14-hour days, 5 days, 6 days a week, and we just said, you know what, we're going to take a leap of faith. We're going to cash out, we're going to invest money, and we're going to try this and see how it works. And in less than a year, we've got over 5,000 downloads. We have almost 30 clients. We're really excited to bring this mobile technology to Visalia.
And we're a debt-free company too, which makes it pretty awesome. So we're going in the right direction, and it's been successful. You know, like I said, with my background, I worked for Enterprise Rent-A-Car for about 10 years. Most of those years were in upper management, managing quite a few locations in Fresno, Visalia, Hanford, and a couple of other places. But I'm actually blessed to have that opportunity to start working for a company where it kind of preps you to, you know, kind of have that mentality of not only managing branches and other locations, but to manage your own business as well. So I'm pretty thankful to have that experience.
Sorry. Me and Perez, we're actually brother and sister here.
You can't tell.
All right, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the video. Jeff, I want to talk to you, because time is short.
Yes.
Apps. Now, I'm part of the older generation, and I'm hearing a lot about apps. Tell me, as briefly as you can, what is an app, and why is it important?
Mm-hmm. Well, anybody that's familiar with mobile phones or mobile devices of any kind knows that everything on a phone is a mobile app, whether it be Facebook or the Internet in general. Whatever you're doing on a mobile app, or I'm sorry, on a mobile device, is on a mobile app.
It's on an app.
Okay? So the most important real estate you can have is into your customer's phone, because that's where they are the most as a business. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. So what we do is we build mobile applications for local businesses to use for marketing purposes. Okay? For instance, I'll use this as an example, Osaka Sushi in Visalia. Okay? Let's say, I would have to look and see how many downloads she has, but let's say it's 500 downloads. And like I explained to you earlier, she could send out a push notification to reach 500 customers every time. She knows it's going to reach 500 customers every time. And if she was going to run this off as a copy,
it cost her a buck.
That would cost several thousands of dollars. But she can do this all month long for free. And it's a good step towards going green, and it's just a good way to save money. And not only that, but she knows she's going to reach 500 people every time, as opposed to Facebook. Now, see, a lot of people get into social media. They say, well, I'm doing Facebook, or I'm on Twitter now. Well, with social media, you only reach about 10% of your target audience, okay? Unless you want to pay extra. And that's the trick, right? But with our mobile apps, you reach 100% of the people 100% of the time.
And it goes directly to their phone.
It goes directly to their phones, and it does not use their data plan. And that's another thing. I don't know if you've noticed, whenever you go to restaurants, they have a little check-in system. Check in through Facebook on this little tablet and receive discounts. Well, that uses your data plan on your phone.
Right.
And a lot of people don't realize that.
Really?
Yeah, so you know, it doesn't use any data on your phone. It's 100% free to download. A lot of people use it to notify customers of events. For instance, Rookies in Visalia, they like to let people know when Mr. Rude is going to be there on Friday night.
So the business, you create the app for the business.
Correct.
The business puts it out there for their client customers to download their phone, and once that's done, the business has direct into that customer.
Correct. Yeah, and see, there's a lot of talk in the news about brick and mortar. I'm sure you're familiar with that term. Okay, well, there's a lot of concern with brick and mortar being a thing of the past because of things like mobile apps. They're taking over. There's a term called m-commerce. And what that means is commerce is done via mobile app. And they predict within the next 2 years for people to have to account for 40% of their total sales via m-commerce. 40% is a huge number. So if you're not starting to think about mobile now, in 2 years from now, you're going to be
behind the curve.
way behind the curve.
All right. This sounds very important.
It's very
I
important.
would suggest if you're watching and you have a business or anything where you need to reach out and touch people, that Jeff here at J&J Quality Apps might be the guy to get a hold of. How do I get a hold of you?
You can find us on our website, jnjqualityapps.com, or you can search all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, LinkedIn, Pinterest. We're on everything.
Well, you're there, because that's what you do.
That's what you have to be doing.
Jeff, that's great. We may need to talk later.
I think we should. We
right.
definitely should. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you for
having me.
coming.